this goes all the way up to 15, so I can't go by centimeters to less than 15. So I'm going to go. Well, class, we're back for part 2 of our lab, pH and the living range. 5. You may pause the video if you need to keep up with the making of the charts and the graphs. 10. But make sure you do them in your lab. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm not going to need this part over here. All right, now I got to get my first. I'm not going to bother marking the bottoms because I'm just going to bring it down straight down. Check it, looks okay. Straight down. Straight down. Straight down. Straight down. Okay, straight down, straight down, straight down. Whoops, something there. So I don't need all this over here, so I'm just going to erase it. Okay, so we got our chart made. So across here we got to put the number of drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so our chart's made. So now we can go to the lab part. Okay, so we have our chart made like this. For this part, for part B, it says pour 20 milliliters of water into a beaker, 2 milliliters of water into a beaker, and add 1 drop of lemon juice at a time, swirling the beaker for 10 seconds after each drop, then check the pH after each drop. Now, does anyone remember how many drops make a milliliter? I told you earlier when I was talking about the graduated cylinder that from here to here, from 9 to 10, okay, how many drops make a milliliter? And the answer is 10. 10 drops make a milliliter. So if I want 2 milliliters, I can either try to measure it on here, which would be very, very difficult, okay, and not very accurate. Or I could take my beaker and I could take my water and I could just put how many drops? How many drops make a milliliter? 10. My dropper's not working very good. So I take my drop and it's not working. I need a different dropper. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. I've got a new dropper. Let's see if it works. So the point is, if I take 20 drops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Should be 1 milliliter. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I should have pretty darn close to 2 milliliters of water in there. And it's not very much. It's just enough to cover the bottom of it just a little bit. Can you see that there? Okay. All right, now, what are we supposed to do? Okay. We're supposed to add 1 drop of lemon juice at a time, swirl the beaker for 10 seconds after each drop, and check the pH after each drop. Okay, now because I used water, I can just shake, the distilled water, I can just shake this out, and it's not going to affect the lemon juice. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. On the rest of them, we probably won't be able to do it. So I'm going to take so we know the water is what? We know the water is 6.5. So we're going to take the lemon juice, a little bit of lemon juice, we're going to add 1 drop. Okay? We're going to swirl it around for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you got a timer on your phone, you can use your timer if you want to. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly 10 seconds, but it needs to be at least 10 seconds. So if you go over 10 seconds, that's all right. It needs to be stirred up. All right, there she is. Okay, we're going to take our pH paper. We're going to put it down in there. Whoops, you got to get it. Okay, we're going to check the pH of the water. How do we do that? Just like that. Where's our little color chart? You can see the water change real quick. The water changed to a pH of, we're going to call it a 4. So the water went to 4. So on our chart, pure water and lemon juice, okay, take our lab book, we got pure water and lemon juice, drop 1, pH of 4, just like that. That's what you're going to write in your lab book, okay? Just like that. Okay. Okay. So now, what am I going to do? I'm going to continue this procedure until I've added 20 drops of lemon juice to the water. This is what we're going to call the baseline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the water, I'm going to add a drop of lemon juice to it. Okay, and I'm going to take out my pH paper and, can't use that one, I want to dip it in there. Again, got to get way down in there. And I'm going to check the pH again and see if it's changed. It still looks like a 4 to me. So pH 4. So our water went from 6.5 to 4, okay? And it says to continue this procedure until we've added 20 drops. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to continue 1 drop at a time until we've added 20 drops, checking the pH after each drop. Okay, so here we go. You gotta swirl it for how long? At least 10 seconds. I'm gonna show you a little trick with the pH paper here that will work. This is kind of hard to reach down in there. We could get a pair of tweezers or forceps and put our pH paper down in there, or we can do something like this. Make the pH paper a little bit longer than usual so we can reach down in there. We can test it, and it looks like it's still a 4. Okay, still a 4. Okay, so we're going to write down again, drop number 3, 4. Okay, take another drop, add it. Stir it around for 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Now, remember this pH paper here? It's got 2 ends to it, doesn't it? So I'm going to take the other end this time because it's a little longer. I can use it. Take it down in there. And I'm going to check it. and it looks like a pH of 4 again, okay? So it goes down as a 4. Now, we said originally the pH of the lemon juice was 3.5, okay? So we're gonna keep going and we're gonna see if the water, if the lemon juice changes the pH of the water down to 3.5. It's staying at 4 right now. We'll see if it gets down to 3.5 or not. All right, one more drop. Keep going. Pull out a piece of pH paper. Stick it down in there. Oops, take it out. I used the whole thing that time. We're getting a little closer to 3. I'm gonna say we're at, what do you think? I still think we're at 4. That was drop 5. Add another drop. And this is why you need a partner, because you could be dropping, your partner could be writing things down. Okay, we're gonna let that stir around there a little bit longer. Take our pH paper, stick it down in there. What did it come out as? Looks like, whoa, we're getting down closer to 3. Okay, I think we're getting closer to 3. I think we're getting closer to 3.5, but we're gonna call it 4. We're not there yet. 4. Okay, we're gonna add our next drop. Whoa, I added 2 drops. That was a mistake, huh? So I'll show you what you do when you add 2 drops. It will make a difference. We take the pH paper, we take the other end that wasn't used, we stick it down in there, and we shake it off, and we check it. I think we're at 3.5 now. Okay, so I'm gonna put down 3.5. If you read it different, you put it down different. 3.5. Okay, so I made a mistake there. I added 2 drops, right? So for 7, I'm just gonna put a little dash, and for 8, I'm gonna put 3.5. Now here's the question of the day for you. Once the pH, oh, never mind, we gotta keep going, because it will confuse us later if we don't. Okay, we add a drop, stir it around for 10 seconds or so, get our pH paper ready, take it out, take it, dip it in, it's gonna be 3.5. Okay, all right, add another drop. Almost added 2, but I didn't. Okay, we're gonna get our pH paper ready to go here. Stick it down in there. 3.5. That's drop number 10. We got 10 more drops to go here. Swirl it around. This mixes it up. We could take something like this and put it in there and stir it up. Why get something else dirty? Get a glass rod and do that, a glass stirring rod, but we don't want to do that. Why have something else to wash that we don't have to wash? Okay. All right, what's it going to be? Still at 3.5. Okay, does anybody think it's going to change from that? Whoa, I almost added an extra drop, but I didn't. It fell on the table. So we're going to keep going like this. Stir it up. Take our pH paper, put it in there, test it. What's it going to be? 3.5. All right. Put a drop in there. This is going to be drop number 13. Now you might think it's repetitious to keep adding these drops and keep stirring when it's 3.5, and it's going to stay 3.5. It's not going to change. It's going to stay 3.5. So for the water, yes, it is going to stay 3.5. No matter how many drops of lemon juice we put in, it's going to stay 3.5. Okay? But some of the other solutions, it is not. So we have to use the same procedure all the way through, because that way we are consistent. And one of the things in the lab is you've got to be consistent if you're going to do a lab correctly. So that one's 3.5. We got about 6 more drops to go. Okay, stir up. Okay, we take our little pH paper, put it in there. Lo and behold, it's the same darn color, 3.5. There will be some reason to our madness here soon enough. Okay, another drop. We got 4 more drops to go. 5 more drops. This is the 5th one. All right, let's get a piece of pH paper out here. Put it in there. Okay, we're going to check it. Guess what? 3.5. Another drop. Now, sometimes students will go 2 drops at a time all the way across. Now, you can do that, or even 3 drops at a time all the way across. However, if you do that with some of the other ones, you'll miss something very important happening. And sometimes students do that. They get a little antsy. They want to go faster than they need to, and they skip like that. Instead of adding 1 drop at a time, they add 3 or maybe 4, and so it takes them all over there real quick. The idea is not to get done real quick. The idea is to see what the results are, okay? There you go. It's going to be 3.5 again, guys. I know what it is. I've done this many times. 3.5. Got 2 drops to go. 1 drop. Ooh, almost put 2 in, but I didn't. Okay, we're going to mix her all up. 10 seconds is gone. Put our thing in there, and lo and behold, it is 3.5 again, and we got 1 more drop to go, and we'll be done with the water, okay? Okay, I'm gonna stir it all up. Like that. And we're gonna put our little pH paper in there, and look at that, it turned out to be 3.5. We could have predicted that from the beginning, right? Okay, so our results are, they start off at the water started off at 6.5, it went to 4, and then it went down to 3.5 and stayed there. Now, did it change to 3.5 at drop 7 or 8? We don't know, because I messed up and I added 2 drops right there. Down here further, it's going to make a difference. Don't add 2 drops or 3 drops at a time, because it will mess up your results, okay? Pause here for a minute and make sure that you are getting all of these data numbers in your lab book. Okay, we're ready for part C. We did part B, where we put the water, the lemon juice in the pure water. So on this part here, I had to clean my beaker. Now, the rule of thumb for cleaning your material, glassware and other things in the lab, is you clean it until you think it's clean, and then you rinse it 3 times. Any lab you work in, if you ever work, I've worked in a few laboratories, and that's the rule. Rinse 3 times after you think it's clean.
We're gonna keep it low,
okay? And the other
keep
thing
it softly
is,
spoken, with no strings tying you to me.
What is the other thing?
I'm happy in your company
I have no
with
idea
no
what the other